Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football. Jeff Brown, the Louisville Cardinals, land another commitment in the transfer portal and defensive lineman from Harvard, Thor Griffith, one of my favorite players available in the transfer portal. Not only a very good football player, but you take a look at some of the physical traits and the athleticism that he brings off the field. And there's a reason he was generating as much Power 5 buzz as he was. Many college football fans know about the Bruce Feldman's freak list. Thor Griffith was on that list, boasting 45 reps of 225 pounds on the bench press. He was a state champion wrestler and also a phenomenal youth hockey player. And we're talking about a guy that is 6'2", 320 pounds and gets it done on the ice, gets it done in the weight room, and certainly gets it done on the football field as well. Jeff Brown was extremely aggressive in the transfer portal last cycle, and it really paid off. And I think you're going to see Jeff Brown get aggressive again in the transfer portal, adding to this roster. Tyler Shuck a couple days ago. Now you add defensive lineman Thor Griffith. If you're a Louisville Cardinals fan, you're really excited about this roster and what it's going to look like in 2024, and specifically on this defensive line. A unit that I think was probably one of the more underrated units across the country. The Louisville Cardinals as a whole just did not get a ton of respect nationally. But you look at that defensive line, I mean, phenomenal numbers that they put up last year, only allowing 21.3 points per game, 3.3 yards per carry. That was top 20 in the country. They were sacking the quarterback 7.9% of the time. That was top 25 in the country. Thor Griffith is going to add a lot of talent and depth onto this defensive line, which was already a phenomenal unit last year. Really excited to talk about Thor Griffith and talk about a few other transfer portal targets for the Louisville Cardinals this cycle, guys that will be on campus. Before we get into it, just want to say thank you to you guys and the Louisville fans. You guys said keep us updated on the Louisville news. We'll certainly do that. This is a program that we enjoy talking about in 2023. The amount of support you guys show, it does mean a lot. If you do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. I'm going to be trying to do as much as I can in terms of breaking down the roster moves that the Cardinals make in the transfer portal. So really do appreciate the support you guys have shown the boys. And without further ado, let's get into Thor Griffith first. And again, we talked about what he is as an athlete. Like state champ wrestler, you know how he knows how to use his body, his hands, using that leverage. A lot of wrestlers find a ton of success on the football field. You know he has power in his hands. I mean, 45 reps on the bench press. That would have been the number one spot for all defensive linemen last year at the combine, and a guy that's a hockey player too. So he has that athleticism, but you take a look at what Thor Griffith is on the football field, extremely impressive production at the Ivy League level. This is a guy that registered 20 hurries from the inside. And we're talking about a guy who's 6'2", 300 plus pounds, and he's getting 20 hurries on the inside, 4 sacks, and then 23 rush stops. And you ask what Thor Griffith is going to do for this Louisville defense, a defense that was phenomenal against the run last year. He's going to add to that run-stopping ability. But what makes Thor Griffith, in my mind, a little bit more special is not only can he play on the inside and take on those double teams and be a force in the run game. I mean, he's a guy that's registered 20 hurries, 4 sacks, and he's extremely athletic, has a great short shuttle time. But what you love most about Thor Griffith is this dude, watching some of the highlights, plays with his hair on fire. And he might not have the quickest first step, but he is going to relentlessly get after the quarterback. So he's very good in the run game. He's relentless in the pass rush. A massive addition for this Louisville team that continues to stockpile talent on that defensive line, a unit that allowed Louisville to have so much success in 2024. So now you got Tyler Shuck, what I think is a massive upgrade at the quarterback spot from Jack Plummer. And now you add Thor Griffith on that defensive line. You're feeling good about what this Louisville team is going to look like on the defensive side of the football. And it doesn't sound like they're slowing down in the transfer portal. Want to talk about a few other guys they're going after. Staying in the ACC here, and Louisville saw this kid play, and they immediately offered him when he hit the transfer portal, Aeneas Peebles from Duke, another guy that's been extremely productive, but this time at the Power 5 level within the ACC conference. A little bit of a different MO than Thor Griffith, right? Aeneas Peebles only 286 pounds compared to Thor Griffith, 320 pounds. Peebles brings a ton of juice in the pass rush. And so if you're able to land Peebles, a guy that's going to be taking a visit to Louisville seems to have maybe the inside track on Peebles and his recruitment here. I mean, a 15% pass rush win rate from the inside, 5 sacks, 21 quarterback hurries. You're bringing a guy like Thor Griffith, who's going to be a monster against the run, get teams into those third and long situations. And then you're bringing a guy like Aeneas Peebles, who is going to be a massive, massive addition in terms of getting after the passer on the inside. A really nice balance between Thor Griffith and Aeneas Peebles would be massive get if they can land a guy like Aeneas Peebles. And the last guy I want to talk about, going back to the Ivy League, and you're seeing a lot of guys from that Ivy League conference get a lot of buzz at the Power 5 level. Jonathan Mendoza, 6'9", 320-pound tackle from Yale on 337 pass pro attempts. Only gave up 14 pressures and only 1 sack all year. So this is a guy that, again, making that jump from the Ivy League level to that Power 5 ACC conference, he has the traits to be good at the ACC level, right? 6'9", 300 pounds. He's played a lot of college football over his career at Yale. Going to be trying to make that jump to the ACC. What I love most about Louisville is that it looks like they're targeting where they want to get better on both sides of the line of scrimmage and trying to get players in that are going to allow them to do that. This is a Louisville team that this offense is going to come together. I mean, Jeff Brom, going back to his time at Purdue and other stops he's made, is one of the better offensive-minded head coaches in the entire country. This offense is going to get right. If you can get this offensive line playing at an extremely high level, which I think it played well for the most part, and then maybe when it bumped up to that higher competition, that's when it struggled, right? Gave up 7 sacks, 11 TFLs against Florida State in the ACC championship game. But this is an offensive line that they want to get to that top of the ACC. They want to make sure that defensive line, specifically that front seven, is going to be dominant again. They're doing that, going after guys like Thor Griffith and Jonathan Mendoza and Aeneas Peebles. Really exciting time to be a Louisville fan. You saw the glimpses of what this program can be in 2023. And what I would say to Cardinal fans is wait till Jeff Brom kind of continues to get his guys into this program. I mean, that was year 1, and they went 10-2. You have to be thrilled about what 2024 is going to look like and what 2025 is going to look like. This program going in the right direction. You guys know how I feel about this Louisville program. Appreciate y'all rocking with the boys and all the support you guys have shown. If you do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. We'll be back on here with all the Louisville news that we have popping over the next couple of days, and we'll talk to y'all later.